All right, good day. Welcome to another BowmanWebServices.com video. Today's video is about making websites and stuff with Claude Code, Claude Cowork, Claude AI. And so, honestly, after everything I got going on, and as a small marketing company that builds websites for myself primarily, right? So I've got like 15 plus websites going. All right, some exceed 1,000 pages. And I'm not playing around. Like, I kid you not. I am not out here doing affiliate marketing. I'm not selling go high level. There's no, there might be some affiliate related clicks here and there, but really it's not about that, guys. I want you to know I got a real little thing going here, and I'd like to tell you about it, honestly. Everything that I'm going to show you here has been taken. A lot of its existing websites that were on a SiteGround server, shared server, on WordPress with Elementor Pro. I took it all off of that. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages, and threw it onto this new format that AI does. And honestly, what it is this whole thing's a static image. All of this, right? It's a static image that's highly enhanced. It can be content heavy, which means it can have endless video on it, and it can have endless pictures. It loads instantly, right? Look at this thing. The AI created all these menus. I didn't code at all for any of this. I kid you not. And I'll tell you right now, it was not one prompt. Okay, anybody tells you one prompt, hang up on them immediately. You see, that it took a lot of time to set this up. And honestly, as I started to build these things, I started with 7 websites. And those 7 websites kind of helped me build different skills that you build within Claude, different MD files. And if you don't know what any of that is, good luck. It took a lot of prompts, a lot of videos, and it took a lot of work. And so, but let me just show you some of the things you can actually build, right? And so again, Claude inside here, you got different connectors and everything. Connect everything. Come in here and customize the daylight out of this. I've got a lot of connectors, a lot of skills. In fact, I've gotten so far that not just the skills that it gives you, but there are different databases that have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of skills, right? And I've gone out and found the top 100 skills, and I've actually put them into a brain, which is either in Supabase or it's up in GitHub. I think it's in GitHub. Anyway, there are things you can do with your AI, right? Once you give it some arms and legs and it access to different things and it starts to know who you are, you can really do amazing things with this. And I'm going to show you, honestly, the Bowman Web Services site has to be a couple hundred pages, right? And honestly, it's all being watched by Search Console, so I can come in here and show you stats on everything. We're not going to get into that because I just completely nuked all these websites, and they've taken a huge dip, and a lot of them didn't have very good traffic. Like Bowman Web Services, I don't think had any real traffic because I wasn't selling web services, right? I was doing Vacation Club and other things like that, so I have a whole bunch of different things going on in Vacation Club. And here I'll just show you. I have a deal going on with somebody in Cancun, Mexico. She has access to somewhere over 85 all-inclusive resorts, right? And so we're going to, and their promotions, right? You go down, you sell your soul. I'm just kidding. You get down there, and you listen, you meet some terms and conditions. You sign some paperwork, we get you a reservation, you go down, you listen to the little pitch, you make them happy, you tell them yes or no, or maybe, right? And you go and enjoy your vacation, you save $1,000. We get a little money for promoting the resort and finding you as the consumer that will go down and listen to the little gimmick, and bada ping. And we got a whole slew of resorts, right? And so there's a lot of things that go on with this. So folks, again, not one prompt, not go high level, you don't need 300 tools. Straight up, this entire thing, right, going to be, and what I just said here, 90 resorts scattered over 6 countries in 2 languages, right, with a blog that now exceeds 110 pages, right, that is also going to be in 2 languages. So now you're talking 220 pages and roughly another 200 pages here, right, so you're looking at 400 plus pages of website just to market vacation promotions for resorts down in the Caribbean and across Mexico. So I'm telling you right now, I expect this site to do something incredible. And I honestly, let me just tell you a little bit about what it is. Again, not WordPress, right? All right, no Elementor Pro, right? This is all done on a static website. it's called Hugo. I couldn't even tell you what that means. It's Hugo something. It's going into GitHub off the Netlify. All right. And it's literally just hosting pages. And so let me just show you around here. I can show you different resorts, but let's hop in here and look at the things to do, right? And I'll hop over here like a whale watching, right? And so literally with this Claude thing, I'm able to get an API to just about anything you can think of, right? In this case, I have APIs to YouTube, right? I'm able to source videos under a given topic for a given fun thing to do around a given travel destination that has a specific promotion, right? And intertwine the content. Now notice, I didn't write any of this content. I didn't write any code, right? I didn't do anything special. I didn't stand on my head. What I did is I connected things, right? And now look, it literally is pulling this video, right? Under the YouTube Commons, whatever it is, you're allowed to use YouTube. It made an entire page of content about a fun thing to do, right? In Cabo San Lucas, right? It tells you a little bit about it, best time to do it, probably warns you when not to do it, talks about this, that, the other thing, potential first sightings, yada, 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 right? Potential pricing, all this is going to change, obviously. I have to stick an AI on it in every year and have to update this, right? Or I'll put a saying down here that says, prices change, blah, 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 check for yourself. Or I'll be watching the stats and I'll tell you what page I got to update. I'll know what is being, searched, what is not being searched, right? And so again, API direct to YouTube, pulled a bunch of stuff under a given topic. All right, again, not one prompt, right? Multiple skills developed within Claude, right? All right, all to do different things like a video thing. There's a video skill. There's a written word skill. There's a hero skill. There's a header skill. There's a footer skill. Just to make a page, right? And every one of them took a lot of development time. And look, now I got it so where the videos will pop up. You can click them off.
Hello, everyone.
Pop up and click off, right? And really, I'll be adding a whole bunch more, like a link here to another page that'll look almost like this page, like this little playlist box, and it'll have even more videos that you'll be able to watch. And ultimately, all on site, right? Why? For SEO, time on site is incredible. And so this is time on site, right? And so nothing's more powerful. And ultimately, my hardest thing with this entire page development, right? Look, it intermixed, I didn't build any of this, right? I didn't create this, link to other pages or link to promotions or here's the closest promotion to this thing, right? That it's recommending, right? And linking right to it. And so, yeah, just what an incredible thing. It built the entire footer. And again, the footer out of the box sucked. I mean, it took a lot of work to get this all set up, right? And to build this. This was not something that was done with just one prompt again. And again, here's another skill. It took me a while to build this. And look, check this out. Again, not a plugin, right? An actual thing that was built. I built this, all right? I curated this over like a whole freaking day. It took to go back and forth and tell it how I didn't like the icons and the colors and how it started giving me 3 different variations of things to say which one to go, and I was picking like the best of this, and a little bit of that, and it was combining shit, and it came up with this beautiful thing, and then I ultimately dropped this on 6 different websites all before dinner. It took 10 hours. So not one prompt, a lot of prompts, all right? And ultimately, again, just a fantastic thing this AI has been. And again, I couldn't even tell you what half of these things are. Apparently, all these things are important. But yeah, at the end of the day, I wanted a way to share my stuff. I didn't want to pay for any plugins, right? And I wanted to be able to, have it pop up on the screen. I got to check this again on mobile. There's a couple things I got to do to test things, right? But all in all, that worked out pretty good. And a quick little link to jump on the videos, to any kind of packages, right? And so just great little navigation. I really enjoyed the resort thing here. I'm actually going to put this bar up here somewhere so you can click it and see it in the fold of the screen, which I can't see. And so I really like this. It developed this whole, went too far up there. It's a little touchy. All right, if I go up a little farther, I have this floating bar here, right? And I love the way that took some time to develop again, a couple hours. But again, this, when you got 90 different things here that I'm trying to solicit, right, over like really 5 or 6 countries, all right, it's kind of hard. So it's easier to go and just see everything in the Dominican Republic if you want to go travel there, or if you want to see everything in Jamaica, you come see just Jamaica stuff, or again other islands, right? We have Caraco Island and Saint Lucia, right? Yeah, you see what I mean, right? Oh, there's another. That's a Costa Rica. Maybe we should put Costa Rica up here. Well, I guess maybe we just got one location in Costa Rica. And so again, there you have. There's a lot that goes into developing your Claude, guys. And so you're really going to need somebody like me that dicks with it all day long and has this many stuff going on. And so again, this site here, like I just told you, like 400 something pages, 2 different languages. It also has 2 different AIs. And so note, once you get off of WordPress and the plugins, all that crap, right? This becomes like a static website. Everything's static, okay? I get it. There's things that are broken. I got to fix the picture there, and there might be this, that, the other thing I got to adjust, right? But just note that the website's the website, and it is separate from everything that's communication-based, right? If I pop my head out of here, right, this is my AI, and so this AI lives on the website. It lives on a link, which could be on a Facebook or something like that, which it isn't yet. It will be installed at some point on those kind of things. But just note that this is the AI that is on the phone number, guys, right? So along with this project comes 2 phone numbers, one for Mexico and one for the U.S. and Canada, right? And that requires 2 different AIs, right? One AI that speaks Spanish and answers the Mexican thing and answers and so if I go here and I click this, boom, plus 52. Oh, look, it popped off screen. And so that's a little adjustment. The screen's a little too big or something. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, oops, I'm going to have to look into that. You can see that the little errors here and there, right? And so definitely a human has to be in the loop. This is not something, if you're going to build a real website, right, and take over a niche, do competitor research and all that other stuff, there's a lot of things that go into it, right? I've obviously done some competitor research, right? I'm buying a brand new domain, right? I'm doing all kinds of citations right now, right? We got a full blog going that's just unreal. And this blog is not what we're using, right? I'm getting rid of that, right? That blog tab's gone. It's just going to be the fun things to do. This is the blog, right? And ultimately, the whole idea is to create that share thing so that I can share all this type of content. But at the same time, I think I got an easy way to do it. So I use NAN. So I don't know if you're familiar with NAN. It's automations and stuff, different cool little things you can do with it. And so let me just explain this again. So again, website's the website. The AI is the AI, right? It's on the phone number. It lives on the website. Same thing. When you start talking to it, it's going to immediately want to collect your name, your phone number, your email, right? Where you want to travel, right? Your dates of travel, how many people are traveling, their all-inclusive resorts. I got to know the ages of all the travelers, right? It needs that kind of information in order to even send a note off through like Telegram, right? Or WhatsApp, right? To some salesperson, right? And so I believe either will work. Right now I'm using Telegram, right? But WhatsApp also works. And so again, if I trigger this, just stop. It's going to ask permissions, and then it's most likely going to say, "Oops," and it'll talk. But I interrupted it. So as soon as you interrupted, it interrupts. So it's got a whole AI, all right, and you see that right there. It sent me an alert, right, to Telegram, which is Telegram here. So Telegram just sent me a thing from my AI saying that somebody called and they just hung up, right? And so, in the simplest form of things, as a business, you need to get your website off of WordPress onto some static thing that nobody can hack, right? It's just something done. Honestly, you're not going to do a 200-page website in 2 languages with different multiple AIs. I can build something real simple for you, right? And at the end of the day, something that sends you different alerts. I don't think that has anything to do with what we were just doing, but it's somebody else. Building something easy for a small local business, anywhere from 10 to 50 or 100 pages is nothing. Honestly, I've got a little handyman site here that I built. I got a little a fence and screen contractor, this aluminum contractor here in Daytona Beach I promote. Those things really, if you had 25 to 30 pages and you did your competitor research and you did your link building, your citations, with some basic other marketing, I think you could take over a niche. If your website's super fast, it has a nice blog to it that's targeting all kinds of stuff. I really expect this thing's just going to kick ass. And with all this content, right out of the gate, this thing's not even a month old. It's going to literally push those 400 something pages or more. I hope to have, all in all, I can tell you the blog has been planned for over 500 pages. What AI planned for different locations. I think there's something like 21 different actual locations that we cover within those 5 or 6 countries. And so anyway, that's one project. It gives you an idea what can be done. At the end of the day, what you need the thing to do is to get your website so it loads. It doesn't need constant updates every month. And then start messing with AI and start making lead capture your primary resource, right? So the website doesn't do anything but click around and show people shit until they try to talk to or call, and then it's immediately trying to capture them, put them into a CRM, and send an alert to a salesperson or to you, right? So that you know that somebody tried to interact with it, and it should pretty much capture that person's phone number, right? So in this case, it didn't capture my phone number because I did it through the web, right? But if I would have called the phone number, it would have captured my phone number, and then I could have straight up just, called that person back and be like, I'm sorry, did you have a problem with the AI? Did it stutter? Were you irritated with it? Whatever, some people are goofy, but the idea of having this AI answering your phone and being on your website is that it's doing it 24 hours a day and has a chance of fishing and catching somebody 24 hours a day. And it's not going to interrupt you in the middle of the day while you're on a job site, walking around on a roof or on a ladder or whatever you might be doing. It's going to be your secretary answering the phone, right? And so there you have it. Simple little thing. I'll show you some other things. Self-growth videos, that's over 1,000 pages. I think right now, this is 850, but it's over 1,000 pages. Really what this is an entire website. Again, it's just a refeed. Here's David Goggins. I don't know if you're a Goggins fan. Who's going to carry the boats and the logs? Yeah, and so listen, entire thing. If you're a Goggins fan, hop on over here and join my site. Subscribe, do some other stuff. I tell you, I spent a lot of time building this shit, guys. But look at the video pop up here. Oh, Goggins doing push-ups.
There he is.
There he is. Boom, nickels and dimes, baby. All right, so dig it. Nickels and dimes. All right, and so, come buy a book. You get Amazon affiliate tied into this. Yeah, click. Oh, baby. Yeah, there's that affiliate link right there. Tag it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, listen, all kinds of things you can do. And again, not one prompt, right? And again, this was a minute. I had to build a skill around Amazon, and then we came to the conclusion that all we needed to do was trigger the freaking thing. And so now it's able to go. And again, I don't want to open up every page and create a page for David Goggins. I want AI to be able to create a page for all kinds of Navy SEAL people, right? And just go out and pick 15 Navy SEAL people, use an API, yank 15 videos on each one of those authors, and build a page of content, right? That gets me started. Then I can go and add pieces to these pages that it's building, right? Look at a great job. It actually recommended other authors and, Admiral McRaven. Oh, I love it. And a lot of people I have listened to. Again, SelfGrowth Videos has been a site that's been around for, almost 12 years I've been working on this thing. So I was happy as all heck to go in and throw it on AI and look at the freaking footer. Again, a lot of prompting goes into building a footer like this. Yes? Right? And again, if I were to do this by hand, do you have any idea how many years of my life I would put into just what I accomplished in the last 30 days with this site? Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. And again, here's that share thing again. Yep, another version of it. Yep, very nice, huh? And you see all the different things. And again, I don't even have an AI on this site. This site is just a static site with some functions and a share button. Right? No phone numbers, just some icons taking you off the different social networks that it has. You can subscribe or join YouTube or make a suggestion. That's about it. Real simple. Sanders Promo, that's another one that's actually promoting another resort chain doing a vacation club promotion. And here we have for all-inclusive resorts. They're also being promoted on Vacation Club promo. But here is a different thing, way more in-depth information. So if you were a hotel or resort and you're watching this, you're like, what can a hotel or resort do here? Well, holy shit. I built it for you guys already. The perfect example. Look, here is Sandos Resorts in Mexico, right? They also have like 4 or 5 locations in Spain and overseas, but really there are 4 locations here in Mexico that are all-inclusive. 3 in the Cancun window, 1 in Los Cabos. There's information on the resort promotion here, right? Information on the destination around them, right? Things to do, right? In the general area, right? Things about the vacation club, right? And about the weddings, right? So there's different things. You can learn about Sandos Weddings and their wedding department, their Seek and Go, which are tours and excursions. You can learn about their RCI plan. There's different things. This AI went in and it critiqued all different things that would be important to a human being about the resort's programs. Not just retail. Because really, we didn't put retail on here, right? We're focused on promotional, right, to get them into the club and get them potentially into membership and all the different ways that this site is trying to get traffic and to promote this resort, not sell a cheap trip to go down and just save $1,000 and tell everybody no, but learn about a great resort program, which isn't timeshare. It's actually, they got a real vacation club. And so dig it. There you go. Nice little program, nice little site, right? Here's a quick little site. Here's like a 10-page website, right? I just went and bought a domain, DaytonaBeachAI.com. AI built this, and let me just tell you, it had me buy 6 domains altogether. So there are 6 of these websites. I know. Why? Why not? You know, honestly, look, it just throws up quick little websites, right? It built one under Port Orange AI, Ormond Beach AI, New Smyrna Beach AI, right? D-Land AI. And I shit you not, it really built a freaking website. Almost the same, very similar. It just changed the content and the tabs on every one of them, right? Shebang. Well, maybe same tabs, but you get the idea, right? It just changed the content around. At the end of the day, I was trying to secure anything around the idea of AI in the Daytona Beach area, and I think I got that covered between Bowman Web Services and all those little mini sites and a couple others that it's picked up to be strategic. Here's a huge site. Here's 1,700 pages. If you like fraud in America today, allegedfraud.com, baby. And so, yeah, if you're into all the different creators like Nick Shirley and Benny Johnson and Charlie Kirk, who was, God rest his soul, Don Bongino, man, wish he'd go back. Wish he wouldn't have quit. All these different things. And at the end of the day, I put this on hold. I haven't gotten back to it because I had some problems with YouTube's API limits being maxed out like every day. So I stopped throwing pages up here. But all in all, it has planned almost 25 different creators, right? And almost like 18 or 20 different types of fraud that it wants to topic, right? So like VA fraud, whoop, that page isn't working. Ooh. So it hasn't finished everything yet, but it's going to take fraud by category, right? Fraud by state, right? And then we have DOG. Gosh, yeah, baby. All kinds of stuff. So note that it created its own petition thing, right? And so we didn't want to like use an outside petition, website or something. So it went and created an app, its own petition software, right? And there were actually like 11 different petitions. And I guess when I cut this thing off and I stopped because of the API thing and all the limits I started hitting, I guess I hadn't gotten back to getting all 11 up. But I'm pretty sure there's 10 or 11 different petitions because it matches all of these, right? And then some. I think there's another 6 categories it's going to drop in here. And so ultimately, there you have it, folks. What AI can build. And I mean, I'm not talking, this isn't no joke stuff, guys. This is serious work. At the end of the day, throwing Search Console on there, and not just Search Console or Google Analytics, but I got Bing, whatever Bing calls their stupid thing. I got Bing and this thing called clarity. So it's recording actually visits to the website, right? And actually screen recording people's cursors clicking. And so I'm collecting a lot of data is what I mean. So at the end of the day, yep, got it growing. All these websites have kind of been down for a while, so all being rebuilt. And again, yanking them all off of WordPress and putting them into a new format definitely did nip it down for a minute. But I fully expect that after everything that AI did, re-optimizing all the articles and all the pages, and then re-uploading all the pages along with video and picture, in many cases picture, and just completely retargeting all the different things on the website. And I want you to know that as the AI was rebuilding this stuff, I was giving it Search Console data. I was literally coming over here, move my big fat head, and exporting data in zips and feeding it to Claude. And Claude was going in and actually looking at all the data going back. And I want you to know, it was going back 16 months with this version right here. But if you go and get the API connector and get it all set up, wherever the hell it was inside this thing, it gave me 48 or 50 months worth of data. Going back almost to like freaking COVID. It was unreal. The amount of data that it pulled, and it did it through Google Analytics, I guess is what it did through here. But it did it all through API, and then so Claude was actually super, super smart in this whole thing, and was able to reconstruct whole websites, and then even make like a 404 page, and this, that, and the other thing. It's just mind-boggling. And again, the sky's the limit. You see that, I have some basic skills building websites, and even websites that are 200, 300, 400 pages. But this whole Claude thing has now made it possible to take a website and really step it up to the level of TripAdvisor, right? And so that's really what I want to do. I want to take something like SelfGrowthVideos here and make like an educational platform where people can learn high-dollar skills and leadership and overcoming troubles and learning achievement and discovering different things about, meditation and spiritual wellness, relationship stuff. I mean, just endless career. Honestly, I could have a lot of categories here to teach people different skill sets. And so, yeah, I'm really highly digging this AI thing. Been fascinated with this for well over like a year and a half. It started with ChatGPT, but I'm telling you, this Claude thing, I now have the Max program, so I spend $200 a month, and I just love it. I can't begin to tell you just how incredible of a thing this AI is. I mean, just incredible. Look at the design and stuff it does, right? Yeah, it's something.
Germany.
Yeah. So there you have it. Anyway, that's my thoughts. If you're looking for somebody that has some skills and you can talk me into some shit and give me some money, I'm all about it. Hey, reach out to me. It might take you a minute to get through to me. Got to go through some different AIs or whatnot, or track my actual phone number down. Good luck with that. All right. Hey, have a great day. Tom Bowman, Bowman Web Services. Trying to hook you up, trying to help you make some money. And so, yeah, come along with me. I'm actually doing it for myself first. So that puts a little more skin in the game, I think, yeah? And I don't have 1,000 subcontractors, so come work with me directly. I'm only going to take on a couple of dozen clients, and that's going to be about it. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Have a great day. Bowman Web Services, Tom Bowman. Later.